All right, hello everybody. We are here in my camper. Our family is out camping in Anza Borrego. It is very hot. It's about 95 degrees outside, but at night it's awesome and the stars have been so beautiful. So I'm going to show you how to make a Chinese chicken salad. This is a old recipe, really popular when I was a kid. Your parents have probably had it before. And it's a lot of fun and it's really easy. So the ingredients you need are a rotisserie chicken. You can just buy a rotisserie chicken from anywhere. One package of ramen, apple cider vinegar. This is a Napa cabbage. You could use regular cabbage. You could use iceberg lettuce. It's kind of up to you. Some sesame seeds, almonds, slivered almonds, sugar, olive oil, salt and pepper, and green onions. So with our rotisserie chicken, the first thing you want to do is take off any kind of strings. They come, that's how they cook them, so they come with funny stuff like that on them. And then you're just gonna kind of break it up however you want to is fine. And you're gonna get all the meat out of this, and you can just chop it up. You can either pull it apart with your hands and just break it up. If you want to keep the skin on it and cut it, you could do that, or you could shred it by hand, or you could use 2 forks to shred it. You just have to really get in here and get all the meat off of it. If you would rather use just a chicken breast and cook it, go for it. That would work great. If you have leftover chicken from something, if you wanted to use a can of chicken, you could. Really, any kind of chicken will work. So here's what I have left after taking apart my rotisserie chicken. I have the yummy shredded chicken I'm going to use for the salad. I have all my bones and things that my dog cannot eat. And then I have my little bowl of goodies for my dog. So there's the skin and the funky tendons and all that stuff. So that's how I break down a chicken. And I broke this one down with my fingers, but at home, because I have a little more space, I'd probably use a cutting board to chop it up. Either way is completely fine. Okay, so I'm gonna make the dressing now, and there's 5 ingredients in the dressing. From left to right here, we have 1/2 cup of olive oil. Then we have 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. We have 2 tablespoons of just regular sugar, a teaspoon of each salt and pepper, and we're gonna go ahead and put them into something like in the previous recipe. You might have seen me use a jar and then shake it up, and that would work great for this too. I'm going to use this little cup here, and then I'm just going to stir it until the salt and sugar dissolve. So it'll probably take a couple minutes. Okay, so the 2 things we're going to have to cut for this are 4 green onions and the cabbage. So first we're going to cut up the onions, and I like to line them up like this and then cut off the part that's going to go in the trash can. Flip them around, and then what I tend to do is just cut off so that it's all good, like what's left looks rather nice. Okay, it doesn't look all beat up. Then I'll hold them all together, and you want to do the whole thing. Don't just do the white or just do the green. Make sure you keep your fingers tucked. And you're just gonna cut them all the way down. So I'm using this awesome Napa cabbage. I really like these. They taste good. They're not as hard as a regular cabbage. And what I'm gonna do is first slice off the bottom of it, and then I'm gonna cut it in half so that I can cut it up in 2 sections. So that way I can lay it flat. You know how I feel about having my vegetables laying flat. And then I'm just gonna cut through it. And with the green part, it's okay for it to be wider strips like this. But once you get down to the white part, you'll probably wanna stop about here. And you wanna make sure you're cutting it in very, very skinny strips, because then it's easier to the bite. It's not gonna be a really super thick piece of cabbage that you're eating. So I have my bowl of cabbage, and you can see it's pretty small pieces. You really don't want anything bigger than that. That one's even pretty big. So you want it pretty small, skinny, and again, you can use iceberg lettuce or cabbage. The last thing we're gonna do is use this package of our noodles, and I'm gonna recommend that you put the noodles into a Ziploc bag. You could smash them right there in this, but then if it breaks, it goes everywhere and it's a mess. So we're gonna put them in a Ziploc and just smash them with our hand. You don't want it to be like itty bitty pieces, but small like that's good. All right, and so now we have our cabbage. I'm gonna put the green onions on here. I'm gonna put in as much chicken as I think the salad can handle. So I think it's gonna be good with like most of this. That part's up to you. We have 3 tablespoons of sesame seeds and 3 tablespoons of slivered almonds, sorry. I'll put those on at the end with also the noodles. So first I wanna dress this, and I'm gonna stir my dressing up again. And now this might be too much dressing, you don't know, so you wanna make sure that you put it on some and then toss the salad a bit, and then a little more, and toss the salad a bit more. I'm gonna put on about half to start with. Grab my tongs and get this mixed up nicely. And I think I'm gonna need a little more of that dressing. It doesn't look like all of the cabbage got some. So you wanna stir it up pretty good before making your judgment. Yep, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stir this one more time and drizzle a little bit more on. I still didn't put all of it. Whatever you like. This one you get to make some choices on. All right, so that looks great. I'm gonna top it with my, I keep saying onions, but with my almonds, my sesame seeds, and my noodles, and then I'll give it one last good stir. And I'll just get in here so everybody can get some yummy crunchy stuff with their salad. All right, looks pretty good to me.